what would you have done different as mayor during the last 4 years?
I think the first thing that I would have done differently is to just have taken a little bit more hands-on control and tried to foster a better relationship between the city staff and the city council. They're, they're Hansel and Gretel, they're salt and pepper. They have to work together or nothing works together. And when I first got on the city council, the reason I tried to apply and get on was because when I attended a city council meeting, I was just amazed at the level of animosity and sniping and pettiness and small-mindedness that was going on, and frankly, that needs to be taken care of by the person in charge of the meeting, who is the mayor. Without that ability to work together, everything else is, on a knife's edge for which way it can go. I mean, you look at the national level of government, and you've got guys as disparate as Orrin Hatch and Ted Kennedy, rest his soul, who used to go out and have a beer together after they got done yelling at each other for 2 hours on the floor. And you don't always have to really love or like the people that you work with. I think we've probably all worked in places where we might not have invited everybody we worked with home for dinner, but you have to be able to put those feelings aside and work together for the common good. And that's what government is all about. And in the form of government that we have here, the executive form or strong mayor form of government, that all starts at the top, and that's what needs to be changed.
Well, I guess I would have had to move here 2 years earlier to do something differently over the last 4 years, but in an attempt to answer the question candidly, yes, the mayor needs to make sure that the meetings are held orderly, that they're civil, that they're not interrupted, that people who are interrupting or disrupting the meeting are brought to task, either given a warning and then asked to leave. As far as the city staff getting along with the city council, to the best of my knowledge, there's only one person in attendance at the city council meetings usually, and that's the one that's taking the notes. So I know that I have personally sat down and talked to this gentleman at different times and haven't had a problem doing so. And if I'm elected, I know that I'm gonna be talking with him at least twice a month for the next couple of years, because he's got that much longer on his current city council position. And I have no doubts that I'll be able to do that. We can have a cup of coffee about anything.
Well, I don't drink coffee, but I'm sure we could have a juice or something. Yeah, I stand by my prior statement. I think there's no disrespect meant to Tom Payton. Like I said, he lives across the street from me, and I still like to go say hi in the morning when I see him coming out of his garage when I do in the mornings. And I think it's important that in a town our size, we don't lose sight of the fact that even though elections roll around every few years and people's emotions run high, that ultimately we all live here for the same basic reasons, and we all want to be able to get along and be friends.
Thank you. Now, each of you will have 2 minutes to give your closing statement.
I appreciate the attendance here tonight. When you realize that we have 861, I believe, I might be off by 20 or 30 one way or the other, residents in this town, this turnout is amazing. And I really thank you for taking the time, showing the interest in your city government to be here tonight. I hope that Don and I have answered some of your questions about ourselves. Realize that you can contact probably both of us, I'm sure. And I know that the auditor took the time and effort to put my contact information into the voters pamphlet because it was an oversight, and he's taking care of it. So the voters pamphlets that are coming out will have my contact information in there. please feel free to get a hold of me if you have some more questions. Once again, I really do appreciate you all showing up. It, to me, shows what kind of town we have, because you don't get this kind of turnout. When I was president of the homeowners association, if we got 15 people to show up out of that 1,000, we were lucky. So thank you.
Thank you. I would echo Jerry's sentiments. You know, any government works for and by the people. We've all heard that somewhere, I'm sure, in the past. Last year, or 2 years ago rather, in 2007, the voter turnout was somewhere around 325 or 330 people, which, again, for a town our size is well above the national average, and I think that speaks highly of our residents. One thing that I do hope to promote, should I be fortunate enough to be elected mayor, is you know, being here in the office more frequently and more days throughout the week, so that I will be available for comment. I think you know, the citizens of a town being able to feel that they can freely come in and have an open door policy where they're able to come in and bring suggestions or complaints, good news or bad, whatever it is vital to the continuing well-being of our community. I believe in the voters pamphlet my email is going to be wrong because I bailed out on the Sonnet guys, so for those of you that email, I am available at don@northbonneville.net. It's on the city's website, I believe, as well. My phone number and mailing addresses are correct in the voters pamphlet. And I'm also out walking, running, riding the bike, walking the dog, and frequently seen throughout town, so please feel free to stop me at any time and